What's going on, guys? Yet again, we are here and I'm doing the annual video that everybody loves because everybody wants to find the right laptop for music production. So here I am here to help you out on that.
Traptendo.
Unlike last year, I'm not going to go into a whole entire spiel of what type of specs to look for because I'm going to go ahead and utilize the best tool on this platform, which is the description. So look in the description and I'll have some of the bare minimum requirements for a laptop for music production. So I know a lot of people are going to go into their favorite retail stores and go for that budget laptop that might cost like $200. I'm going to tell you no, because I assume everybody wants to do things on this type of quality or better. So yes, is it possible to do it on a $200 laptop? Yes. I had a laptop that cost $200 and I did 600 videos in 1 year, and it was a grind and it was very difficult to do and the quality was not there. And so my channel has suffered from that. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to go ahead and show you Exhibit A of the bad quality. A nice little lesson. This is Secrets of Metro Boomin. This is a new lesson. I can't remember which version of Secrets of Metro Boomin we're on now, and the quality that we're dealing with right now. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm about to play this. So having the right kind of laptop and investing in yourself is very important. Do not shortchange yourself. Don't limit yourself. I know a lot of people are gonna ask me what kind of laptop do I have right now. I have an i7, which is a 4710U, and it is a 4th gen laptop. And yes, it's a really strong laptop. Now I've reached my Asus ROG's limitations and it's time for me to replace it sometime soon. Which leads me into this segue. I will be looking at Apple computers because I definitely need a MacBook Pro. Now that I have a job and they consider Apple to be the godlike laptop company, well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and do that. So I'm gonna look at that. I already know what I want. I'm definitely probably gonna get a MacBook Pro 2016. I don't think it's necessary for me to get a MacBook Pro 2018, even though it is truly spec'd out at an i9 processor from the one that I've seen. But then again, it's having overheating issues because everybody's demanding processing power as well as having a really thin laptop. I'll get into all the intricate details about that in another video though. So we're gonna go ahead up to Best Buy and we're gonna check out some laptops. So you already know what it is, and no, I'm not sponsored by Best Buy, though I wish I really was. Let's go. And right here we have the ACER Nitro 5, but this version is the Intel version, Core i5. And this is the one that I actually talked about on the channel beforehand, and the link will be in the description box if you want to see a brief video on that. It has a 256 gigabytes SSD hard drive, so that's a really good addition there. It also has a 15.6 inch screen. Numpad is still there. Of course, it still has the numpad, so that's really good. And the keyboard also lights up. I guess a lot of people's big hangups are the small and tightness of these buttons. So it kind of knocks the tactileness of it. And the Core i5 is a wee bit more expensive, as you can see, it's $800. So yeah, give or take that the Core i5 does run faster than the Ryzen 5. I did do a test on that. I will have charts available for you guys. So please read those charts and know what you're getting. But yeah, it's a pretty decent gaming laptop. It's not going to be the best. It's not going to be better than what I'm going to cover here. But as far as a budget laptop that you want to do music, this is really good. It also has 8 gigs of RAM, so it's a little shy on the RAM usage there. But from what I've read is that you can upgrade. So yeah, you can upgrade your RAMs, which is going to be needed if you really want to get into doing other stuff. But I do find this to be really good if you want to do stuff like multimedia as well as music production. So you got to put that in consideration. Not the greatest, but it will be pretty decent. All right, so we have a Dell in front of us right now, and I did pull up the specs on the screen. It's going to be a little hard for you to see, but I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on that. It's also not priced as well, but I assume it's going to be a little bit more expensive than this Acer right beside it. It starts pretty decent at a Core i7, and it's an 8th gen, so it's an 8750H. So that's pretty good. That means that you can do a lot of work as far as RAM. And that's one thing you don't have to worry about as far as Dells. Dells are really upgradable, and you're already starting off with a great processor, so that's a good beginning there. No details on the hard drive, but I'm going to go ahead and see what the hard drive is. The hard drive in there is definitely a solid state drive as far as your main hard drive, so you might want to buy an extra SD. You might want to buy an extra SSD you know, and I will explore SSDs so you can see that. And Best Buy is coming with some pretty decent stuff. They just blew up their computer section a whole lot more than it was last year. It's a lot bigger, and I'm actually at the smaller Best Buy, 15.6 inch laptop. So yeah, you're gonna get something really good. Of course, these are backlit, and you actually see these, the blue backlit. It looks really good, nice, decent spacing, so it's very considerate. So, you know, if you have those clumsy fingers, you'll be able to handle a lot of the tactileness of it. The button travel is not that great from what I'm feeling right now, but you know, it is what it is, to each his own. Definitely gonna find out that price though, because that seems like a pretty decent beginning. And then it has the Numpad. So I just found out the price of this. It's $1,079.99, so that's $1,079. So yeah, it's a pretty good price. And they have a 1179 version as well that has double the RAM. So if 8 gigs of RAM isn't for you, you don't feel like upgrading yourself, then you have that option to just go ahead and buy that amount and upgrade. And yeah, it is rocking. And now we have our first i7 in the Asus. Of course, Asus is my favorite brand. And yes, when you do get an Asus, especially the ROG series, the Republic of Gaming, you're definitely gonna pay for it. But obviously you're getting a whole lot for that. So you're gonna get a GeForce GTX, of course. This is a Core i7 8th gen again, and it does come with over 16 gigs of RAM off top, so you don't have to worry about upgrading. 1 terabyte and a 128 gigabyte SSD. So I'm guessing that the 1 terabyte hard drive is the main drive, but you do have a solid state drive just in case you want to put some proprietary software on there. Of course, the OS will not run off that, but you can arrange it that way if you want to wipe your system, but I don't recommend that, especially if you're not really computer savvy. But yeah, it's really good. As you can see, the buttons are backlit. The keys feel really good. Of course, I am coming from a Asus ROG already, so I am going to be a little bit biased. Nice space bar, has a Numpad. So this is a 15.6 inch screen. So it's a 15-inch laptop. Really good. I highly recommend it, but of course everybody's going to be afraid of that price. Wait until we get over here into the Mac section though. Alright, so you remember last year's thumbnail, right, and how clickbaity it was, right? So I am back over here with the MacBook Pro, and I believe this might be the 2018 version, and you know how Apple does when it comes to their stuff. But anyways, so for the people that was probably considering getting a gaming laptop until they saw the price, but look what all the Mac heads got to deal with in price. Right. But anyways, the MacBook Pro, again, is really good. Of course, I'm going to be forced to getting it. I will be forced to getting one soon, and man, I'm going to regret paying for it. But it has, of course, the touch bar that everybody loves. Of course, the touch bar is really good. I'll be lying to you if I said it not. The buttons, they feel okay. They're not the best buttons that I've ever felt on a keypad, but it's okay. And obviously, it's missing the Numpad. Holy crap. And then there's an obvious thing that most people kind of complain about when it comes to Apple, and it's their touchpad. But you know, if you've been using Apple stuff and Apple products for a while now, you're probably not going to complain about anything anyways. Of course, there are Thunderbolt and all that you had to deal with on this, so you know you know what you're getting into. But it starts getting better when I start reading out the spec list. Of course, it is a 15.4 inch screen and obviously a really thin laptop, so you know, it hits the market there with people that really like the thin laptops. Intel Core i7, the gens do vary from price to price. Of course, this is the $3,200, actually the $3,300 version of this right here in front of us. Of course, you can get the $2,400 version, and maybe perhaps you'll like that, but it does start with 16 gigs of RAM, and it has a terabyte, 1 terabyte SSD. So yeah, that is a really good, and they are asking for a lot because they are speccing this baby out upon the requests and complaints of all the people out there that have MacBooks that don't like that gaming laptops are coming up, and they are much cheaper when you go to Windows. So I have a question for you guys. So have y'all ever considered doing tablet production? Well, I have been considering it just because of what my company is demanding out of the next year, and I can't talk about everything, but I will tell you that the iPad will see a lot more play in 2019, so please, by all means, keep your eye on the radar for that. This iPad right here is the 10.5, and it starts off at $650, and then it also ends at $1,000. Of course, you know, the more you pay, the more memory that you get. Of course, I'm talking about hard drive space, and we're talking about at least 512 gigabytes at the $1,000 mark, and only 64 gigabytes at the $650 mark. But yeah, as you can see, it's really good. I mean, it's worth its salt. There's not much I can say about iPad, either positive or negative, because it still wins, because it still has the best apps, and nobody in their right mind in 2018 or 19 or whatever teen are going to get something else, Android tablet over iPad, in their right mind, I say. So yeah, as you can see, it's on display here. It has the keyboard if you really want to get down and do some stuff, and then you also have the sketch pad. So these are very ideal. I'm just gonna let you know that there's just tons of stuff out here, and I will have to cover that in a later video as far as like the apps that they have for music production, because they do have some great apps for that, as well as multimedia, as well as editing film, and man, it just goes crazy it goes crazy beyond that.